Hello and welcome to Flight Path. I'm Chris Jones, the Chief Marketing Officer at McCarran International Airport. Hotel bookings are up in Las Vegas. Airlines are bringing back routes and adding new ones, and the number of travelers passing through TSA checkpoints has been steadily increasing. All this points to a busy summer travel season. And while it might not be as busy as pre-pandemic summers, those who choose to fly should be prepared to see some changes to the airport experience.
After more than a year of staying at home and social distancing, more and more people have begun taking to the skies, and the airport is once again starting to look like a bustling transportation hub. The light at the end of the pandemic tunnel is brighter thanks to the successful COVID-19 vaccine program, and restrictions on businesses and gatherings have gradually begun to ease. But the message at McCarran hasn't changed. LAS is all in for customer well-being. Teams are busy cleaning and disinfecting, masks are required, and pent-up demand for leisure travel means increased traffic at check-in counters, in shops and restaurants, and at boarding gates. Full flights make maintaining distance between parties increasingly difficult. That's why masks are an important tool for curbing the spread of illness.
We are experiencing a high amount of passengers coming through. While we ask that you try to maintain your distance, just be aware that you will not always have all that space around you. We do have several hand sanitizer stations available. Please make sure your mask is covering your nose and mouth completely, so this can be a safe experience for all of our guests.
Practicing proper hygiene is a simple way for travelers to keep themselves and those around them safe. Don't travel if you're sick, and thoroughly wash your hands with soap and water before and after going through security and after using touchscreen kiosks. If there's no restroom nearby, hand sanitizer is available in dispensers conveniently located throughout the airport.
So the TSA is now allowing up to 12 ounces of hand sanitizer to go through the checkpoint for their travel experience.
As airlines add service to new cities and flights are fully booked, wait times for airport services like shuttles, check-in, security, and concessions have increased. Along with hand sanitizer, travelers should pack their patience.
So we recommend passengers give themselves at least 2 hours prior to their travel to get through the security screening process and make their flight on time.
Arriving passengers should be aware that rental cars are in high demand, and with fewer drivers on the road, there may be longer wait times for cabs, Lyft, and Uber. Know your options. Visit mccarran.com/transportation for information. Protocols put in place to make the public feel safe about flying are here to stay. Custodians are cleaning around the clock using hospital-grade disinfectant and paying special attention to high-touch areas. Thanks to these high standards of cleaning, the airport recently earned the Global Biorisk Advisory Council's STAR accreditation. The recognition is based on risk assessment strategies, emergency preparedness, and availability of personal protective equipment. To further ensure the safety of passengers and employees, the airport's Terminal Operations Division has dedicated a team to sanitizing and cleaning TSA-operated spaces at LAS. Since November 2020, this graveyard crew has performed nightly deep cleanings of security checkpoints and baggage service offices and other locations.
Our team has been doing a great job keeping the airport clean, safe, ready for your travel experience. They're just doing a really great job making sure this is a safe place for everybody.
Travelers using Clark County airports in Henderson and North Las Vegas can also rest assured those facilities meet the highest standards. The National Air Transportation Association has recognized Henderson Executive and North Las Vegas airports for their fulfillment of its safety-first clean standards for facility cleaning, disinfecting, and operations in response to a pandemic. Fixed-base operators, Atlantic Aviation, and Signature Flight Support, as well as regional jet operator JSX, received the same recognition. Leisure travel is proving to be a driving force in the nation's economic recovery. If you're planning a vacation, remember that different states and jurisdictions have different pandemic restrictions in place. Research your destination before you go to learn if a negative COVID test or quarantine period is required. It's also a good idea to check with your airline regarding any changes in its policies and procedures. An uptick in travelers moving through the airport is a welcome sight after months of slower traffic. With travelers and transportation professionals taking proper precautions, going all in for health and safety, the summer travel season can be a success.
With passenger numbers on the upswing and Las Vegas roaring back to life, we asked some airport team members to reflect on the past year and what it means to be part of the hospitality industry's economic recovery. Here's what they had to say.
The biggest difference in 1 year is that we are back. We are flying again. Our community is welcoming travelers, and we love seeing the high level of traffic that we have. We love seeing the terminals full of passengers, safely full of passengers, and we are very welcome to having more people come visit us and experience Las Vegas.
Travel and tourism is so vital to Las Vegas because it is our lifeblood here. Our travelers, they enjoy what we have to offer. They enjoy our events. They enjoy our meeting spaces. They enjoy all the lights and sounds they see when they come to Vegas.
Without travel and tourism, Las Vegas wouldn't be what it is. The hotels would not be where they are, and a lot of jobs would not be here without it. I like working in the travel and tourism business because we love meeting new people and treating them like family.
This time last year was literally a ghost town, but the important thing is the ability to have the people to have the confidence to come on out and contribute to the economy and let them know that it is safe to travel.
I've been at this airport since 1992, and I watched it grow in all of its different phases. This airport is sort of the heartbeat of Las Vegas. People love Vegas, so they had to put off their vacations and travel plans, but I feel strongly now it's not only coming back, it's back. We're open and they're coming.
In 1996, the Clark County Department of Aviation purchased Sky Harbor General Aviation Airport, known today as Henderson Executive Airport. It has since developed into a premier business aviation facility in an area experiencing exciting growth. Here's a look at this convenient gateway to Southern Nevada.
For business aviation pilots and their corporate clientele flying to the Las Vegas area, Henderson Executive Airport, or HND, is an attractive, convenient, and economical alternative to busy McCarran International Airport. Located just 12 miles from the Strip, it offers easy access to the I-15 and the 215. Owned and operated by the Clark County Department of Aviation, the airport boasts 66.5 acres of ramp space, giving it the capacity to meet the needs of virtually all general aviation aircraft. The beautifully appointed terminal building provides amenities such as meeting rooms, a pilot's lounge with showers and sleeping quarters, access to rental car facilities, free Wi-Fi, and a full-service bar and restaurant. Plainside limousine service is also available. The airport was introduced into the Clark County system of airports in 1996 and has since served its purpose as a reliever to McCarran International Airport. Its presence in the valley reduces potential delays on commercial airline flights to McCarran, offers an efficient operation for general aviation and business jet pilots, and provides a valuable asset for business development in the Henderson community.
Henderson is an important part of the community. It's an economic engine that attracts several businesses to the area, such as large warehouse projects, manufacturing, and professional sports franchises.
The airport supports more than 1,000 jobs and contributes more than $151 million to the Southern Nevada economy.
Well, commercial aviation is a critical lifeline for Southern Nevada. It fuels the Strip, it brings in leisure and business travelers, but it's also incredibly vital that we recognize the importance of general aviation. Henderson Executive Airport is really a shining star, a beacon in the aviation community. It's received elite status.
In 2019, Henderson Executive Airport was named an Air Elite Diamond Service location.
Here's to Clark County Airports and Air Elite.
Air Elite is a network built to elevate fixed-based operator facilities to the Diamond standard in hospitality.
On behalf of all the folks at World Fuel, we're just thrilled to have the Air Elite representation in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is a perfect place for us.
The airport's 30-member team, comprised of customer service representatives, maintenance workers, line service, and administrative professionals, receives customized training to deliver a memorable experience for guests.
We have a little bit more time to spend with each customer, and we try to make it more of a concierge-style interaction that we have with the customers.
The Department of Aviation is currently working to update the airport's master plan for HND. An airport master plan is meant to provide a path for airport development and expansion over a 20-year period. The first Henderson Executive Airport master plan was completed in 1997 and provided a roadmap for the first 20 years of development. As HND has settled into its role in the aviation community, the Department of Aviation and FAA began looking towards its next phase.
Well, as we worked on the master plan, which was an incredible effort, and the city of Henderson partnered with us on it, we had every stakeholder you could imagine at the table. We worked with the local homeowners associations in the neighborhood, with Seven Hills and with others who had a seat at the table, but so importantly, really recruited the input from their residents.
With input from stakeholders and the community, the master plan update will provide a strategic vision and path for development, along with recommendations for short-term and long-term capital improvement projects. With sights set on the future, Henderson Executive Airport will continue its role as a premier aviation facility and a valuable asset to the Southern Nevada economy.
We've been busy making sure the airport is in top condition to welcome visitors who can't wait to return to Las Vegas. One project that's been fast-tracked is the renovation of the Sea Concourse. Here's a look at the progress.
With fewer people traveling, construction crews were able to work in phases on a much-anticipated update to the Sea Gates, best known as the Las Vegas home of Southwest Airlines. Phase 1 was recently completed and remodeled areas open to passenger traffic. Among the upgrades are new hard surface floors in place of the dated carpet. Similar changes are taking place in the D Concourse, with carpet being replaced with durable vinyl flooring.
This is a long-term investment that we put into place with this new flooring because it is easier to clean. And we actually wash this floor every night. They disinfect the floor and provide that clean environment for our guests to travel on.
McCarran's airline partners and travelers will see the benefit of these upgrades, and they're a great addition to the Vegas aesthetics seen throughout the airport.
Because we do have a great number of passengers who have now the roller bags, who use our smart carts. They're actually easier to roll. There's not a struggle with pushing against carpet.
In addition to the new flooring, travelers can stay connected thanks to the installation of new charging stations and seating areas. New, smaller podiums for gate agents make room for travelers to space out, and motorized window shades will diffuse the hot desert sunlight. Restrooms and a gaming lounge in the Sea Concourse are also getting a makeover. The $13 million project is slated for completion sometime in late summer, with staggered gate closures in the C gates during construction and many Southwest flights departing from the B gates. Passengers should pay careful attention to their boarding passes to ensure they go to the correct concourse. This renovation is yet another example of the airport's commitment to enhancing the customer experience and will offer passengers and employees a more spacious and easily navigated Sea Concourse.
How much do you know about slots at the airport? What about that one-of-a-kind artwork and baggage claim? Here are some fun facts about both.
McCarran is one of only 2 U.S. airports to offer gaming, the other, Reno Tahoe International Airport. There are roughly 1,400 slot machines in the airport, with more than 250 themes. The most popular? Wheel of Fortune. The gaming machines are more than just a fun distraction for travelers. Slots generate more than $28 million in annual revenue for the airport. This revenue helps keep operating costs down, which translates to lower airfares for travelers. The single largest jackpot ever won at McCarran was on January 5, 2005, for $3,961,585.14. This intricate Las Vegas-themed floor mosaic greets visitors in the heart of Terminal 1 baggage claim. The unique inlay was designed by artist and native Nevadan Randy Heil. Paralyzed from the shoulders down, Heil uses his mouth to paint a design. The 40-foot diameter circle with a poker chip border is made of the same terrazzo seen throughout the airport. It took flooring professionals 8 weeks to bring the design to life. The mosaic celebrates Las Vegas's past and present with portrayals of vintage and modern-day skylines. Look closely and you'll see some hidden gems incorporated in the design. There's Daredevil Evel Knievel's 1967 attempt to jump over the fountains at Caesar's Palace. And a tiny figure in the Desert Inn Hotel represents famous recluse Howard Hughes. There's even a mushroom cloud to pay homage to atomic testing in Nevada. For more airport fun facts, follow LAS Airport on social media.
To reach out to our Spanish-speaking audience, this episode of Flight Path features a segment in Spanish with English subtitles. Our translator, Imelda Perez, tells us about safe driving in the Airport Connector Tunnel, as well as how the tunnel came to be.
Cada día, miles de conductores en camino para tomar un vuelo pasan a través del túnel conector del aeropuerto, ya sea para recoger a sus seres queridos, para ir a trabajar o para ir a la escuela. El túnel se construyó a principios de los 90s.
And at the time, this was due to the fact they did a traffic study and they predicted that potentially it would take 2 hours, yes, 2 hours to get from the Strip to the airport if an alternative way to get to the airport wasn't built. It was a big decision at that time to build this.
Además de este túnel de 2.700 pies, ubicado debajo del aeródromo, el estudio mostró la necesidad de construir 12 puentes nuevos y una vía rápida, estilo autopista, que da acceso a la autopista interestatal 15. El túnel se abrió al tráfico en 1995, creando un acceso directo al aeropuerto desde la Interestatal 15 y la Circunvalación Sur. El proyecto también creó un corredor alternativo de este a oeste a través del Strip. es decir, la calle principal donde se encuentran los hoteles y casinos. La carretera que conecta al túnel con la Interestatal 15 fue la primera pieza, lo que luego se convertiría en la circunvalación de Las Vegas.
And the idea of this tunnel has worked. Can anyone out there imagine what a trip to the airport would be like if everyone had to come down Tropicana from I-15? This tunnel is vital to the throughput of our airport, which of course feeds right into the vitalness to the Southern Nevada economy.
Hoy en día, por las mañanas, decenas de viajeros pasan por el túnel con dirección al norte y por las tardes con dirección al sur. Muchos tienden a acelerar cuando entran al túnel, en donde, dependiendo del flujo del tráfico, se encuentran con una acumulación de vehículos. Cuando los excesos de velocidad resultan en colisiones traseras, el tráfico se atrasa aún más, lo que frustra a los viajeros que intentan tomar un vuelo y a los lugareños que van y vienen del trabajo. En el año 2018 y 2019, la policía respondió a cientos de incidentes dentro o cerca del túnel, muchos de ellos con lesiones. En un esfuerzo por hacer que las carreteras de los aeropuertos sean más seguras, el año pasado se les dijo a los conductores que usaban el túnel que redujeran su velocidad.
It may look like a freeway, but as you come off those exit ramps, you need to slow down as you enter the tunnel. Because when you come out the other side, especially northbound, you're entering into our roadway network. And we need everyone to be conscious that it's not a freeway.
El Departamento de Aviación se reunió con Obras Públicas del Condado de Clark y el Departamento de Transporte de Nevada antes de realizar cualquier cambio. Fue así que se sugirió una disminución gradual de velocidad de 55 millas por hora a 45 y luego a 35 cuando se conduce hacia el túnel. Las señales se ajustaron para reflejar los límites de velocidad más bajos. Las autoridades han notado una diferencia desde que se realizó este cambio.
Lowering the speed limit has reduced the number of accidents we've seen.
Gracias a una cuidadosa planificación y construcción por parte del Departamento de Aviación, los conductores han disfrutado durante décadas de un acceso fácil al aeropuerto. Con los conductores haciendo su parte y obedeciendo los límites de velocidad de 35 millas por hora, el túnel conector del aeropuerto es una opción segura y sin complicaciones para los viajeros y visitantes.
Aviation in Southern Nevada wouldn't be what it is today without the contributions of Peg Crockett. This pioneering woman blazed a trail for future generations. Here's a look at her history, as well as a recent visit she made to the Aviation Museum at McCarran, which houses many artifacts from the Crockett family. While here, she also met up with another trailblazer for women in aviation.
In 1942, Alamo Airport opened on land adjacent to today's Las Vegas Strip, at the site of what's now McCarran International Airport. Peg Crockett, along with her husband George, ran the airport and was instrumental in the growth of aviation in southern Nevada. For a time, the couple lived inside a small shack at the airport, helping pilots and their aircraft take off and land from Alamo's dirt-covered runways. During World War II, civilian women trained at Alamo and other U.S. airports to help move military aircraft across the United States.
I felt good about it because women didn't fly much in those days, and I felt I had a place and a duty to the women.
A licensed pilot as a teenager, Peg took part in what became known as the Women's Auxiliary Ferrying Squadron. She interacted with Las Vegas legends like Howard Hughes and Bugsy Siegel, and witnessed 1958's World Endurance Flight, when two pilots kept a Cessna 172 airborne for nearly 65 days. Peg's vintage Ford Thunderbird convertible, which served as a crash response car at Alamo Airport, is now displayed near that Cessna at the airport's Aviation Museum.
What do you think when you get to come out and see all this stuff? What goes through your mind?
Well, to me, it's my baby. I can't believe it, how it's grown.
We need to know what will help you feel connected.
Another pioneering woman in aviation, Rosemary Vasiliadis, followed in Peg Crockett's footsteps when she began a career as deputy director at LAS in 1997. Rosemary oversaw the airport's response to the terror attacks of 9/11, and under her leadership, LAS was among the first U.S. airports to reopen in the wake of the attacks, allowing thousands of stranded travelers to return home to their loved ones. During her tenure at McCarran, the airport has grown to include the additions of the D Concourse, a consolidated rental car center, and Terminal 3.
The motion passes unanimously.
Rosemary was named Clark County's Director of Aviation in 2013, the first woman to hold the airport's top position. In 2019, Rosemary was on hand as the airport welcomed its record 50 millionth passenger of the year, marking exceptional progress since Peg Crockett's era.
And here's the Alamo Airport. This is where we're at.
This is where it started.
Yeah, George Crockett Alamo Airways.
as Peg visited LAS to reminisce among the many artifacts her family has donated to the county's Aviation Museum, the two women met for the first time.
This is a thrill of my career.
Look at the job that you're doing. Running that little place was nothing compared to what you're doing.
You are a legend in our industry, and especially here at the airport.
Thanks to the contributions of Peg, Rosemary, and countless other women in aviation, Southern Nevada's travel industry is flying high.
Excited travelers ready to start their Vegas experience might be distracted by the airport's vibrant atmosphere. To avoid any missteps in getting from gate to baggage claim, it's important to pay attention and follow the proper signs.
If you've ever gotten on the wrong tram at D gates, you're not alone. Passengers get caught up in the excitement and simply follow the crowd, only to find themselves in a baggage claim area that doesn't serve their airline. The D gates are housed in a standalone satellite concourse connected to the airport's two terminals by a system of automated trams.
So when they come down the escalator, which is the big escalators right here, we tell them not to follow the crowd. Usually, if you look at the signage, we do have them colored.
The blue line tram connects to Terminal 1 and the red line to Terminal 3. Both are one-stop rides to baggage claim and ground transportation. The blue line tram to Terminal 1 serves passengers on American and Delta Airlines. The red line to Terminal 3 serves those flying Alaska, Frontier, Hawaiian, JetBlue, Sun Country, and United. Color-coded signs and column wraps make it easy to differentiate between the trams, and the airlines are listed on tram doors, as well as additional signs. Once you've exited the secure area, you can't go back on the tram, so it's wise to double-check you're in the right place.
If you end up in the wrong baggage claim, don't worry, we do have an inter-terminal shuttle bus between the terminals.
Simply exit the building and board the inter-terminal shuttle for your airline's baggage claim.
At the Department of Aviation, sustainability goes beyond recycling bottles, cans, and paper products. The commitment to the environment also includes conserving energy and minimizing waste. Here's a look at just a few of the airport's green initiatives.
When runways and taxiways at McCarran were converted from asphalt to concrete, the old materials were given new purpose. More than 337,000 tons of asphalt were set aside to be reused for a variety of projects, including dust control and repaving select areas around the airport. In Terminal 1, the shift from carpet to hard flooring surfaces has been an ongoing project. In 2019, 195,000 pounds of carpet were returned to the manufacturer for recycling. And by the time renovations are complete in the Sea Concourse, another 90,000 square feet will be kept out of landfills. From parking garages to runways, the airport requires a great deal of lighting. To maximize efficiency, more than 10,000 lights have been replaced with energy-efficient LED lights, which save 1 million kilowatts of power a year. Las Vegas summers are hot, and it can take a lot of power to beat the heat. To help keep passengers cool and comfortable, high-volume, low-speed fans increase airflow in the terminals. And a special ceramic coating applied to the outside of passenger boarding bridges reflects solar heat, lowering the temperature inside. Water bottle filling stations around the airport encourage travelers to bring their own reusable bottles. This allows passengers to stay hydrated while reducing the amount of single-use plastic waste in our environment. The desert landscaping seen along the airport roadways is more than a pretty facade. Drought-resistant xeriscaping reduces water consumption and is well suited for the rainfall patterns of Southern Nevada. For more information on environmentally friendly initiatives at the Department of Aviation, visit youtube.com/LAS Airport and check out the videos in the sustainability playlist.
When you're ready to fly, know that McCarran is all in for passenger health and safety. For all the latest, check us out on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And remember to use all the resources of our website, mccarran.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Flight Path.